Hi everyone, my name is Gabriel, and today I'm going to be presenting about something fun. So I'll be presenting about Coachella. Um, I think one of the biggest headliners of Coachella when I went weekend one would have to be Conformity. So I'm doing something a little different. I'm presenting, or I did a combination of the Watch and Learn category and with emphasis on conformity. So, what is conformity? So, the act of matching attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors to group norms, and a change in one's behavior due to the real or imagined influence of other people. And so, the expectations that I had going into Coachella, first of all, this was my first time, and a lot of the friends that I went with, it was their first time as well. So, one of the expectations that I thought was that conforming was going to become inevitable, especially with such a big group. We would go everywhere as a group only, and there would be elements of groupthink throughout our 3 day experience. So, inside the Airbnb, there were a total of 15 people, 6 males and 9 females between the ages of 20 to 23. Inside the venue, I didn't I didn't have a chance to survey or interview 120,000 plus people. So, but what I could observe was that within those 120,000 people, there were a lot of men, women, children, infants, and seniors as well for weekend one. And so, what I wanted to do was basically just observe the different kinds of group interactions, um, group run-ins with other friends, and I wanted to see if there was one person within our group that would take initiative and decide where all of us should go. Since all of us were new, there were maybe a couple people who've been to Coachella before, but most of us within the group, this would have been our first time. I just wanted to see the age differences and the gender differences. So for day one, first sign of conformity, the group was too big. It consisted of 15 people, and based off the lecture and the book, it said that conformity increases as the number of people in the group increases. I also took from the lecture private acceptance, basically conforming to other people's behavior out of genuine belief that they know that what they are doing or saying is right. Day two, um, we have started to establish comfortability and familiarity with the venue. Um, the group of the Airbnb is still too big. Um, there was about 5 of us that left early because most of the group members within our group were all girls, so it took them a long time to do their makeup, to get ready. So we ended up, there was like 5 of us, 5 of us that ended up going earlier um, to explore. Also, for day two, I wanted to observe. So usually because this is our first time at Coachella, like everything's brand new. There's a lot of artwork, a lot of attractions, and so what I wanted to do was just observe everything and explore. And from what I can tell, a lot of the people that were there were gathered in groups versus single and being by themselves. And here's kind of just like an overview of the map of Coachella and how big the venue was, and the amount of attractions there are, and resources for everyone. So here's just a visual. So day three, we met up with different friend groups, um, and a lot of the friends groups that met up with ended up conforming to what my group wanted to do, and at times it was kind of hard to decide where to go and what to do because a lot of the big performers were on the third day, and so we didn't want to miss anything. And so here are the findings, basically, or the conclusion or the summary of what I found from these 3 days. The group went wherever a majority of individuals voted to go. Me personally, I wasn't always happy with where we went and the time management as well. Um, there were times where there were gaps throughout our day where I just want to go explore, but most of the group still want to walk to another stage or go get some food, go get alcohol. Um, so there were moments where I wanted to leave the group on my own and go explore my own. And so what I did was I weighted the pros and cons of conforming and what consequences would arise if I were to leave the group. So for the pros and cons for conforming, the pros: comfortability, safety, and resources. So I was comfortable around the space with my friends, my close friends. Um, all of my friends had water, alcohol, weed, of course. Um, and some of the cons to conforming, I wouldn't be able to see or do everything that I wanted to. Time management, everyone in the group would leave together to the bathroom and we would have to wait for everyone. And again, the group was too big. And so I also laid out the pros and cons with leaving the group. So the pros would be exploration opportunity. Um, so finding new attractions and looking at the artwork, possibly finding new friends, finding a bae to dance with, but it's actually a good thing that I didn't find one because um, it broke out to be like a 1,500 people, 1,500 or 2,000 people were affected with herpes both weekends of Coachella. Another pro would be like getting the full experience of the whole venue. And then the cons, there was really shitty service. Um, so if I were to leave, it would be really hard for me to contact my friends. I would probably, I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit intoxicated, so I would most likely get lost. The crowd it was super big, especially on day 3, and I wouldn't really have. I rely on my friends to use as a safety blanket, and I wouldn't have that. And so basically, the summary, I ended up conforming anyways because I was too afraid to be alone. And this refers to public compliance in the book or in the lecture. Overall, I still had a great time, and conforming and groupthink ended up being inevitable for everyone within the group. And if I had the funds and staff, like, is it obvious? I would buy the whole Coachella to myself. Just kidding. So if I had the funds and staff, I would probably add an extra day, better service, and maybe a different location. Coachella was in Indio, California, and it was very dusty, and it was desert, and it was kind of hard to breathe at some points. And that is the end of my presentation.